Hey guys, this is Nate with My Liberty Homestead. Hope you're having a great day. Wanted to give you a quick little follow-up on our stratifying seeds video. So I'm going through today and just checking some of the seeds I have stratifying. We're about, these went in 215, so we're about 2 weeks in. So I wanted to check and see how wet or how dry these were. I'm not sure if you can tell in here. You can kind of see some condensation. Now that's going to be too wet. I mean, so you don't want extra condensation building up in these. So that's something I'm going to check out right now. So we'll go ahead and get one of these opened up. Now this one here is just moist, so that might be exactly what we want. Actually, I could even take a spray bottle and just give it a quick little spritz. Alright, yeah, so this might be just a little too dry. So we're going to go ahead and open these up and just take a look. So just to make sure that nothing sprouted, just on the off chance that that were to happen. And see, it's a good thing we opened this one up. As you can see, a couple of these are starting to mold. You can see that guy right there. So that's one I'm going to go ahead and pitch, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is give a hydrogen peroxide wash on all these. So see that one, so that one's moldy there. So we'll go ahead and throw this one out. Or I mean, we could even wash it off, totally up to you, but I'll probably just go ahead and pitch it. I have enough of these, so it's not a big deal. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is give these all a hydrogen peroxide wash. So about 10% hydrogen peroxide to water. So I'm going to go ahead and get those washed right now. Alright, so I've got a little container here to go ahead and put these seeds into. So we're going to go ahead and wash these, like I said, in a hydrogen peroxide wash. So go ahead and just dump these all in. Go ahead and pitch this guy. We're just going to go ahead and add some hydrogen peroxide. You don't have to go crazy with the amount. Don't stress about how much you put in. And you should start to see some bubbles coming up from some of these as it starts to disinfect these seeds. I might need a little bit more. Alright, yeah, some of these are starting to give a little bit of a bubble. So that's another good reason to check your seeds, every couple weeks or so. Check for mold or anything. So one thing you want to double check is the temperature on your fridge. You want to be anywhere between 34 and 38 is going to be about perfect for controlling mold growth. So that's exactly where you're kind of wanting it to be. So if you have a small thermometer, go ahead and throw it in and see where you're at. That way you can kind of tell if it fluctuates, or it depends. Certain thermometers have a range feature that'll tell you if it fluctuates between one temperature and another. So we're going to go ahead and let these sit here. Let those soak for maybe half an hour or an hour, and then we'll go ahead and put them back inside our inside another clean paper towel, and we'll keep checking the rest of these seeds. So these guys here, this is sea buckthorn. It's a nitrogen fixer. It's going to be perfect as a support crop for my other trees, and the seeds are really good, or the berries are really good too. So here's some good news. Try and get a close-up on these. Some of these have actually started to sprout, like that guy there, those guys there. So to be honest with you, these probably didn't need stratified. They may have just needed a small cold period, maybe a day or two in the fridge, and that's probably all they needed. So I'm going to go ahead and get these transplanted. So like I said, try and bring you a little closer here. So you can see there are some of these that are ready to they're ready to get planted. So I'm going to go ahead and get those transplanted into carrier, or into cells. So we'll go ahead and set that off to the side. Keep moving on. Here's some Hearty Kiwis. Again, make sure you put the date on. 2/17 or 2/11/17 is when I had these in there. So we're almost 4 weeks in on these guys. I've checked these once before. Now this feels just a little damp, maybe a little too damp. As you can see, there is just a little bit of condensation inside the packaging. Nah, nothing yet. Not that I can tell anyway. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and put these back into our bag. The moisture is good on. Keep pulling out. There's some Antonovka apples. So yeah, so if you're not familiar with these apples, these are the only apples that are going to produce true to seed. Other apples, so if you save a seed from a Gala or a Fuji, chances are you're not going to get the same apple when reproducing from seed. So the Antonovka apples are, they actually reproduce true, so that's a big advantage for this particular type of apple. Yeah, nothing yet. So we'll go ahead and just close these back up and check the next. As you can see, everything I have is labeled. Now these I bought some seeds just off of Etsy, so if you guys are interested, these came from My Seeds. You know, so make sure you label your packaging, put your date on. Even if it doesn't have a real label, make sure you just write Antonovka apple and then your date, or you know, whatever it is that you're stratifying. That way they don't get lost. Because by the time you go to grab them out of your fridge or container or whatever you're working with, then you're not going to remember what they are. Here we have some more persimmons. These are the American persimmons. So there are two main styles of persimmons. There's the American and Chinese, also known as astringent and non-astringent. Now these, I opened this this particular one up and I could actually smell like they were maybe starting to get a little bit of mold or whatever on there. So yeah, these just didn't quite smell right. I'm not sure what's going on with these persimmons, but I'll give these another peroxide bath as well. All right, these are some black gum seeds. All right, so here's our black gum seeds, and it doesn't look like there's anything happening here. All right, yeah, so these feel good. The moisture level feels good, so we're just gonna go ahead and put these back in. So as we go through here, we want to be checking that the moisture level is good, that they're not too wet, that everything is still labeled correctly, or you know, make sure you didn't miss any. These are American linden seeds. So everything's not too wet. You want to make sure it looks good. There's no mold, nothing that comes right out at you. Go ahead and pull that. That's just a shell. There's not even a seed there. And these look good. They feel good. The moisture level feels good. We'll go ahead and put these back in. And lastly, we have our date plum persimmons. This is a different type of persimmon. And open these up, and I'm having bad luck with these persimmons. You can see I'm getting mold growth on these, so I'll have to re-sterilize these with some hydrogen peroxide. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems the persimmons I keep having bad luck with. I'm not exactly sure. Alright, so that about wraps us up for today. I'm going to go ahead and put our seeds that are good and you know don't need anything done with them back in the jar. And I will get our other seeds re-sterilized and put back in here. Like I said, just a hydrogen peroxide wash and a clean paper towel, and let them stratify. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out the blog at mylibertyhomestead.com. Thanks, guys.